Hello friends, this is Camilla from CB Marine, and she does all the cushions and all the canvas work for me, and she done that before, and she's very good and very helpful. So she does she invested week for many years. So thank you, Camilla. So here she's putting the things in the car, and then she drives away, you know, and then I will find out later. Hello friends, this is Yrvind, and you see it's breeze in Mar del Plata. The beginning of January 1974, and it's Jannike sitting there, and we're preparing to sail south around Cape Leeuwin and up to Chile. So we went to the customs to clear out, but they looked at us and said, "This boat is too small, it's very stormy down there. We're not gonna let you do that." So, well, the plan was to do that, you know. And we did think that it was better that we decided than the bureaucrats. So, but anyway, there was this race on a Sunday, and a fleet of boats, sailing boats, went out to have the race, and some people went out to watch it, and we went also out to watch it. But somehow we didn't find our way back to the port, but continue south. And this is in the roaring 40s, and then, but one day in a gale, we had a wind on the beam. It was blowing a gale, but I've been through much worse gales up north and west of Scotland, up towards Faroe Island and Iceland. So I didn't think too much of it. But suddenly a big breaker hit the boat on the side, and she capsized. She was upside down, and water poured in through the hatches, and there was a bit of chaos there. "Sven," Jannike said, "now we are in heaven. Can't you hear how the angels are playing?" Well, we were not in heaven, we were in a boat, you know, filled with salt water. What had happened? Jannike is very interested in music, and she had a cassette recorder. And when the boat capsized, it hit the floor and turned itself on and started playing this Bach things with trumpets and things like that. And Jannike has always been a bit, you know, not so down to the world, you know. She thought she was in heaven, and this was how it was. Well, anyway, you know, back to reality, and we started cleaning things out, and salt water had to come into our food tins and things like this. Well, it was a surprise. But this is what happened. But a week later, worse was to come. It was a sunny day, and suddenly, very violently, a strong, very strong, a furious wind hits the boat. So again, I did not worry too much, because a wind starting this suddenly, there's a rule saying the quicker a wind starts, the quicker it stops. But this was different. It just kept increasing and increasing and increasing. Well, I took all the sails down, you know, put out the small tire as a drag, and took the wind from the back. But after 4 hours, a big wave picked us up and pitch pulled us, you know. the aft over the front, you know, lengthwise capsize. So, well, this was different, you know. And this was the first time I was down in the roaring 40s, and I thought, well, this is a really strong wind. But I didn't know. Maybe there was even stronger winds. So, what to do? Well, I was thinking about that. I decided I have to design a new boat, how to do better. But it was a long way away from my modest basement. But Argentina, I didn't want to go back to, because we went away without permission, so that wouldn't be too nice to us. I looked at the map, and out in the middle of the ocean was a small dot, Tristan da Cunha, the most isolated island in the world. I didn't know anything about it. Was it inhabited? Was it possible to land? Was it water there? Well, it was a chance anyway. So I turned the boat, started sailing eastward with the prevailing westerly strong winds. This is Tristan da Cunha, you see, in the middle of everywhere, you know. 2,600 miles from Buenos Aires, 1,700 miles from Cape Town. I didn't know anything about it, and at that time there was no way. I didn't have any shortwave or anything like we have nowadays, and there was no GPS, so navigation was done by sextant. But I sailed towards it. I didn't know what to expect, you know. And after 2 months, I could see the island. It was a nice day, you know. And the island is 2,000 miles high. No, 2,000 meters high. So I can see it from a far distance. And this is how she looks. Here we're getting close, but it was still a fair distance. So when we got close, it was dark. But the next morning, I was tacking back and forth the whole night, and next day, people saw us from the shore. They put the dinghy in the water, and 2 men came out. Well, they were speaking kind of strange English, but they were very friendly, and they said they could lift up the boat because it was a small boat. And here I'm taking down the mast, and the boat is prepared to lift it out. It's a dangerous place, and even the sunshine is there. Waves 1,000 miles away from a storm comes and fills up the harbor, so nothing can be left there. In fact, just about 60 days in a whole year, they can put up their little fishing boats in the water and go out doing the fishing. So it has to be done quickly. Here they are, with the long boats coming out. At the pier, there's standing a man, you know, and he can see if a wave is going to breaking. So there's just a few men there, you know, and a few of them are good at this, seeing if a wave comes to break. Now I see they have a longer wave breaker. It's a bit more protected. Here is another picture from the entrance to the harbor. And like I said, they have really to watch out that just when they were under, not a breaking wave would come, it would capsize the boats. Here's a house, and it's an interesting thing because, well, different from here, you know. The land belongs to everyone, so if you want to build a house, you just build a house. And there's like no rent and anything like that. And they have some land they can grow potatoes on, and they got the fishing, and they got some sheep and some cows and some chickens. So they're pretty much independent. They need some things, you know, but still. And this where I put breeze in the harbor. So I was there for nearly half a year, and the interesting thing is they needed a teacher of mathematics. So I was teaching the children of mathematics, and they gave me some food, and it was just a few hours a day I was teaching them. And then I was just walking around talking to the people, and it was very interesting to see how they lived there. There is one odd thing about the island. It's the stamps. People from all over the world collect stamps from the island. So, I don't know, but maybe a third of their economy comes from stamps. And the postmaster made a first day cover of Breeze. It's the first yacht to land in Karlsruhe Harbor. And it was stamped and everything. And then later also I took the mail out. So it's isolated. 2 times a ship came from Cape Town with supplies, and then the post goes up, and then an odd fishing boat comes there, could also take the mail. So this supply ship came, and Yannick, she had been a lot of seasickness and been rough, and the boat been capsized and pitched pole, and so she said goodbye. I went away. I stayed for some time more teaching mathematics, and then in the winter time, snow on the top of the island, I left for the north, sailing up towards St. Helena. I had mail with me, and it was stormy, and but I did okay.